Audience of One, From People-Pleasing to God-Pleasing, Volume 2. Chapter 1, Why Satan Hates It When You Live for an Audience of One. Many Christians live as if their faith is just a hobby, something nice that makes them feel better, but doesn't really affect their daily life. But here's what most people don't realize. The moment you decide to live for God's approval instead of people's approval, you become a target. Satan has a specific strategy to keep you trapped in people-pleasing, and he will fight hard when you try to break free. Be on your guard and stay awake. Your enemy, the devil, is like a roaring lion, sneaking around to find someone to attack. This is from 1 Peter 8 and 5. Why Satan wants you living for the wrong audience. Here are some reasons Satan loves it when you're desperate for human approval. It keeps you weak. You're too busy managing people's opinions to focus on God's mission. It makes you controllable. People can manipulate you through fear of rejection. It steals your peace. You're constantly anxious about what others think. It limits your impact. You won't take risks or stand for truth if it might upset others. When you start living for an audience of one, Satan loses control over you. That's why he attacks people who try to live this way. When you begin seeking only God's approval, expect these attacks. Increased criticism from people you love. Suddenly, family members, friends, or even co-workers will find fault with you more than usual. Satan uses the people closest to you to make you doubt your decisions to live for God alone. Thoughts that you're being too extreme. You'll hear whispers in your mind. You're taking this God thing too far. Just be normal. You don't need to be so serious about living for God. You're doing way too much. Does it really take all of that? Loneliness and isolation. When you stop people-pleasing, some relationships may become strained. The Lord may also bring you into a place of isolation to work on your relationship with Him for a season. Satan will try to make you feel lonely to make you think living for God isn't worth it. Attacks on your identity. Satan will bombard you with thoughts like, you're nothing without people's approval. Nobody really likes you. You're not important if no one notices you. Discouragement about lack of results. When you don't see immediate results from living for God, Satan whispers, this isn't working. Go back to trying to impress people. At least then you got some respect and recognition. God's training program for audience of one warriors. Remember David as a shepherd boy? His fights with lions and bears weren't random. They were boot camp training for bigger battles. Your struggles with people-pleasing and approval-seeking have also been preparing you to live for God alone. When you feel rejected, overlooked, or criticized despite doing your best, remember, these moments can be God's way of teaching you. People's approval may change, but His never does. Let's use Jessica as an example. Jessica decided to live for an audience of one. She stopped gossiping with coworkers and started treating difficult customers with kindness, even when no one was watching. Within weeks, she faced spiritual attacks. Her coworkers started excluding her from conversations. She started to have thoughts like, you're being fake, and people think you're weird now. She started to feel lonely and wondered if she was making a mistake. Instead of giving up, Jessica recognized these as spiritual attacks on her decision to live for God's approval. She resisted the devil by praying each morning, asking God to help her serve Him that day.